You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you the experience of owning this rotary powered car from the 80s was one of the best things to happen in my entire life. And it was not just because of the driving experience. There really is beauty in the struggle, and when you have a classic car, you're going to have lots of problems. However, for once, I'm going to be showing some upgrades instead of maintenance, upgrading my brake calipers and switching to a 5-lug hub so I can put some OEM wheels and have room to upgrade later on. Upgrades are a lot more fun. It took almost 3 months of weekends to get back to this epic first night drive and a lot of tough lessons. These are right clips?
No. Dude.
Truly nothing beats fatherly wisdom, am I right? The first thing needed for this upgrade was to remove the 4-lug hub and single piston caliper. It went smoothly, to say the least. Here's one of the more difficult parts of this job, and that was finding the 5-lug hubs. After that, I had to repack the bearings. This was my first time doing it. It was pretty messy. And since I bought the aftermarket seals, we couldn't really get them to fit in the OEM hub. So we used the press. One thing that I wish someone told me before getting a classic car was the struggle of getting aftermarket parts to fit. Now I know why OEM is king. I was cleaning off the hub because the aftermarket rotors were also having a hard time fitting. So we really had to clear off the dirt or any surface rust. Finally, some OEM parts. The 4-piston caliper from the Turbo 2 Rx7-FC. Huge upgrade for my car because my FC is a base model, so it came with a single piston caliper. So having the 4-piston is a huge upgrade because of the increased stopping power and improved heat dispersion. So in short, it will prevent your brake rotors from turning into a weapon of mass destruction when braking hard on the downhill. Next, I loaded up the calipers with power stop brake pads. Extreme. Quick side note, as we watch the calipers get loaded and I show off the steel brake lines I got. When I first bought this FC, a small part of me was kind of sad it wasn't a Turbo 2. But in hindsight now, I'm kind of grateful for the base model because it's allowing me to change out parts and work on the car in ways that I would not have done if the car came with them. Maybe one day I'll be able to swap in a Turbo 2 engine. No promises, but a subscription may help that become a reality. After putting on the brake lines, the entire assembly was complete, and the last thing to do is to bleed the brakes and add some more brake fluid and we'll be good to go. Not quite yet. The tires on the Mazda wheels are unusable in their current state, so we had to do a bit of wrestling to pop off the old tire using our jerry-rigged Harbor Freight tire changer tool that is attached to a shipping pallet. And look at those cool Turbo 2 wheels, the base model Turbo 2. And had to pop on the old tires from the wheels I was currently running. Same size, just a little bit smaller of a sidewall. And finally getting the wheels on after months of sourcing parts, finally going on, and the car is ready to get back on the ground. With all 4 wheels, even though only the fronts have new wheels, still have to switch out the rear hubs, but don't worry, I have the parts, just not the time yet, so coming soon. And here we go, but it was not cruising time yet. There was one more thing to do. Okay. So right now, guys, we're gonna be bedding the brakes, which means we gotta do a couple rounds of braking 40 to 0 without locking up. It should be pretty exciting. First time driving the FC in like 3 months. I hope I don't lock up. Alright, here we go. 40. Another 40 to 0 right here. Come on, go!
Oh my god.
I'll do one more, do a U-turn, and I'll go left. Alright, I think that's good enough. brakes are really hot, if you stop, the rotor will start to fuse to the brake pad. But we kind of went around a couple times already, so I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. As long as this light doesn't take half an hour, which I don't think it will. After arriving at our pit stop, the strong smell of brake pads was a good sign that they were broken in, but hearing my rack and pinion as I reversed into the spot was not a good sign. But with this car, you just have to accept some problems are for later. But for now, we're gonna let the brakes cool off, refuel ourselves, and take a look at the cars. After a quick look at my FC, I definitely want to add some wheel spacers to align the wheels better with the fender. But overall, I'm really liking the OEM look so far. However, we had another job to do, and that was to secure the goods.
I didn't know what was going on.
Right here. All right, so we need some Max Verstappen Red Bull. We used to have ones with his face on it.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
It's the whole, look at all that storage space.
The Downy.
After securing the goods, we loaded them up in the FC hatch and it was time for the much-awaited night drive to commence. Mismatched wheels, hundreds of things to fix, and rotary life is truly what makes this car a one-of-a-kind experience and makes this drive 1,000 times more satisfying. Tonight was an excellent cruise, and I was happy to show a lot of the progress that I made with the RX-7, but the car is definitely not ready for super long drives and much less the canyons, but I'm excited to show you all what is coming soon. I will catch you all in the next one. Subscribe so you don't miss it.